All right, this is Jimmy Cabsey to broadcast 5150 interview series in Bulldozer Magazine on a lovely Sunday afternoon on Gay Pride Day. We're here with Theories. This is Joe and Lee. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Well, welcome to West Hollywood.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
You guys are on tour with Goatwhore, Ringworm. I'm missing one. Black Breath. How is that tour going? First of all, fuck, that's an impressive package. How's that tour going?
Yeah, it's going really well. Every band's a little bit different. It's nice.
It's been a lot of fun. The shows have been great. Moreover, it's just a bunch of great guys. Like everybody in the band, we get along really well with everybody. It's been awesome. It's been just like a big, party pretty much every night. So
I was going to say, it seems like this package really has a very good camaraderie to it. Like all the bands I'm familiar with, they're all really low-key, very cool guys. Everybody's into music. And every band brings an element of fucking extraordinary undergroundism to the stage.
And like, Black Breath are our friends in Seattle. We work with them. We work right next to them. We share a practice space with them. I mean, it's like taking a little bit of Seattle along with us. It's pretty rad.
And we actually did the second tour that Theories ever did. We did a string of dates up the West Coast with Goatwhore and Hate Eternal and Fallujah, so we're familiar with them. It's nice. It's 4 bands. There's no egos. Everyone, day one, everyone started talking. Everyone gets along well.
This is interesting because Goatwhore is the headliner. Much like yourselves, they're a very hard-working band where they tour relentlessly, and they've tend to have gone to a whole other plateau with a whole other audience of heavy music. How is that audience that's coming to see Goatwhore adapting to Theories? Because you guys are from a whole other angle of heaviness and underground.
Oh yeah.
Are they getting what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the crowds that I'm seeing, they're just fans of aggressive music, and so, of course, they're gonna be kind of into what we're doing. We're doing pretty well. We're getting good crowd responses and stuff like that. I mean, nothing like Goatwhore. I mean, people are going nuts for Goatwhore and Ringworm, but I mean, it's been good. We've been pretty well received. Everyone's been really nice to us and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, the response has been well. Obviously, people are there, for Goatwhore, Ringworm, Black Breath. We're the new guys. The responses have been well. I think people are getting it. I feel like we're definitely the odd men out on the tour in the sense that we're playing like kind of technical grind stuff. So it's not like the most like stand up front, fist pump, headbang music.
Yeah, it ain't.
It's a lot of people watching, kind of trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, but the response has been well. So
Let's get into the band. It was interesting that you've released the debut, Regression, did I pronounce that correctly? On Metal Blade Records. Someone like myself who's been following the band, it's very interesting that you're on Metal Blade Records and the promotion that goes to it. Nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that that's happening. But when you listen to the album, you really do capture the essence of Theories. In other words, you didn't lose the foundation of it. Is that something consensual that you all did, or is that just you guys didn't even think about it?
I mean, it wasn't like a conscious decision. I mean, like, we are the band that we are, and like when we're gonna record that, it's just gonna come across like kind of raw.
Yeah.
And Scott had a good amount to do with that, and Derek did a great job tracking it. Like Scott Hole, who mixed and mastered it, everything he touches sounds pretty good. I think he really got what we were doing, so.
Yeah, it seems like he really knew the essence of who you guys were, and he was able to transfer that in the studio, right?
well, yeah, I mean that's a big reason we went with him is everything he does, he makes it sound raw. And we've played with Pig Destroyer before, like they know what we sound like, and he was able to understand. Like, I mean, granted, we're on Metal Blade, and they're a good label. They put out a lot of bands and a lot of like well-established kind of like polished death metal bands.
Right.
Like they sound very structured. They knew what they were signing. I mean, and they're doing great with it. Like they release our records and they promote our records well and they deal well with us. They don't try to put any hand into any writing. Like we do what we do and then they release it. It's great. It's a good relationship.
A band like yourselves, it's kind of like, I look at it, no offense, but I kind of look at it when kind of like a circus type of atmosphere. When you get a wild animal and then you try to cage them and you try to train them, it's not going to happen. Yeah. What I like about this record, as I mentioned before, it really captures the essence of Theories where it's not lost. But you guys also seem very comfortable with this. So it seems, was this material written before the album, or did you write it thinking about the release on Metal Blade? Because it seems very comfortable.
We spent 2 years putting this album together, and it was pretty much done before we started working things out with Metal Blade. So
2 years.
yeah, it took us a little while.
So
We started the band with the focus of writing songs and touring and putting recording in the back burner. Like, we just wanted to hit the road and have fun. So like, we had songs written, and then more songs were written, when we just decided to finally start recording, we took our time with it, partially to take our time, partially because we had no money. So
Yeah. Out of necessity.
That's real world, man.
We still had to work. We still had to go to work. You know, we had to fit in recording when we could. It was, you know, but I felt like we kind of set a recording date for it, and then we had to work towards that. You know, so it kind of like necessity dictated how we recorded it. You know, we need to get this. Everything felt like there was a sense of urgency to everything. And I feel like maybe that might come through in the recording a little bit. You know, we're all like, you know, the drums are fast. You know, the guitar playing is like, you know, raw. I mean, it's
a raw record.
Yeah,
It really captures you guys very well. For someone who is not familiar with Theories, it has that magnet element to bring them into wanting to discover more, and it doesn't have that oh fuck they're gone type of that. For someone like myself, it's really a very good fresh record. That's why I'm surprised that the material is like 2 years old, man.
Yeah.
Are you writing new material now?
Yes. I'm right now, like, I mean, we're still like touring. We're trying to still tour as much as we possibly can. You know, I mean, it's what we all want to do. You know, that's what we want. We want to be on the road. But I'm already thinking ahead. I've got a bank of riffs going on for all of the new Theory songs, the Theory songs to be that could potentially show up on our next record. And then I get to show them to Joe, and then Joe tears everything apart and puts it back together again.
How would you describe Regression to someone who is not familiar with Theories?
I have no clue.
Well, we're taping, bro. I mean, if you want to take a minute to think. Is that a fucking question for you?
No, not at all. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like, it's grindy. We're not technically a grindcore band. We're not technically a death metal band. We're like,
you guys.
I mean, we just kind of play what, I don't know. It's fast and pissed, and whatever happens.
Whenever I go into writing a song, we're like, as a group, whenever we go into writing a song, my goal is just to write the song that I want to hear. I'm not necessarily thinking about, all right, is this going to be a grindcore song? Is this going to be a death metal song? I just write the song that I want to hear. And so, I mean, all of that's kind of the focus of where my creativity goes, is like, all right, no, this riff is sick. This is what I want. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to have come out of this. So
I'm glad that you said that, because I find it that most bands, they tend to really stay confined in that title that they put themselves in. What I like about your music is obviously it has the essentials of what I'm looking for, which is aggression, entertainment, and the fact that it still has that surprise element for someone my age. But when you're writing the material, like you said, you're writing it for yourself. It's the honesty and the sincerity. Do you find that also keeps you motivated and creative?
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
Right? Because
I mean,
you're doing what you want.
yeah. I mean, this is like,
Whatever you want.
we've all been doing this for a while, and this is what I want to do. This is like, all of this is what I want to do. So it's what keeps me motivated. And when it's like those times when I feel like it's not good enough or something like that, it just keeps me motivated to get better and better and better, and just keep like kind of pushing my own personal envelope, because that's all I can control, is just like being the best me that I can be about this. Thanks.
What about you, Joe?
I practice by myself a lot, and I write, like, I'll try to write like new beats and fills and shit like that, and I'll like write some stuff and be like, all right, I'll use some of this in this song, some of this in this song, and then I have a problem with writing new songs in the sense that once we start writing something, I get really excited.
Do you?
Like, we had a break of writing for a little while, and then Lee brought Shame to the table, and I had like a bag of new tricks, and I used them all in that song. So when we're talking about, when you're saying like, we just put this record out, Lee is writing new songs. I'm kind of opposed to writing new songs right now, because I don't want to get too excited on new songs. I want to play them when we're touring for a record that the songs aren't on.
Right.
So, I mean, it's nice to have someone working on stuff when I'm trying to focus on what we're doing. But, I mean, yeah, I try to push the envelope for me and do what I can. That's what we all do. Like everyone writes their parts as hard and well as they can, and then it all comes together, which is why I can't really describe. Like it doesn't have like a genre I could label, because
That's a good thing, actually.
we all just fuck around. Like, I don't know. We'll talk about things that we might want to do. Like, we should try and write a song that has like a little bit of like a slowed down like headbanger part that people can like actually move to and understand the rhythm, which will turn into us writing a part that's like 2 measures long. And we're like, well, okay. I mean, yeah, everyone does their own part. It's not like, I don't know, it's all a band effort.
Regression on Metal Blade. Are you enjoying playing these songs live in a live setting now?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're still great songs. I still love every song that we play. I am, like Joe's saying, like, there's like that anticipation of wanting to play new stuff, because we've been playing these songs for 2 years, but it's like, it's still like, everything is still new. It still feels good, you know. All of these songs are still like, you know, they're good songs. I enjoy playing them, so I can play them 1,000,000 times and I'll still.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we do this, is to play live. Like, I don't see a point in playing in a band if you're not playing out and touring. We're not playing the whole set, or we're not playing the whole record. We have, there was a split with our friends Wake in Canada, and there's a couple songs off that record that we play live. So there's definitely some that we cut out that might have been older songs that we played a lot before that maybe we could pull out on another tour later on. But the songs that we're playing are the ones that we enjoy playing the most.
Do you find that when you're writing the songs and then when you're playing them in a live setting that they have a life of their own?
I mean,
I've noticed that with your live sets. That I don't want to say that, you know, you go off and you do your own sort of extra jam, Grateful Dead type of thing. But I notice you guys do kind of feed off each other, then you go in your own realm.
I would say that if it has a life of its own, it's that, like, you make the cage animal like metaphor there, and that it just gets away from me sometimes, you know, like, but it's just like, it's the nature of loud, fast, aggressive music, you know, what some people call raw. Up in my insecure little brain, I call sloppy, but it's all good.
Rock and roll, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
There's nothing wrong with sloppy. I mean, you're definitely not going to see the same, regardless if we're playing the same songs in the same order, like, it's going to be different. Like, speed will fluctuate.
Yeah.
Things just fluctuate. Yeah, we're raw. We are sloppy, but it's controlled sloppiness.
Does it bother you that most bands now, they try to be perfect in the studio and they try to be robotic on stage, even with the, mechanical headbanging moves and everything?
Not completely. I mean,
It's fun to watch. You know?
it's musicians and performers. Like, I see nothing wrong with having a stage show. We just don't care to. I mean,
And as far as the rawness of everything goes, I mean, we're playing like music that could be classified as metal music and stuff like that, but like, we all come from like punk backgrounds, and so we play our songs kind of with that sort of that behind it, so the sloppiness doesn't really doesn't really bother us. And if it's faster, if it's slower, it's just the nature of kind of what we're doing,
Right on. Theories. They're on a tour with Goat Horror. Make sure you go check out that tour out. Let's not forget also Black Breath and Ringworm. Regression's out on Metal Blade. And one thing that's very important that I really want to point out to both of you is it's very easy to write material that sounds good on an album. It's not very easy to be a live band. You guys are truly a live band. And at the end of the day, that's what's really most important. The performance and the fact that there's honesty on stage. Love the band. Check them out.
Thanks, man.
cheers.